I think it's appalling, actually, the way that P&O Ferries have treated these 800 people. And I know, actually, that many people want the boss to be berated, to be humiliated, to be shown up. But personally, I watched a lot of this Select Committee today, and it just made me roll my eyes. Kevin, I suspect you may disagree with me. What's your thoughts on all this?
Michelle, why did you roll your eyes?
Because I think that what's going on in Parliament, always people cannot help but try and take an opportunity to score points to kind of make themselves look good. Yeah. And I've got to say, if I was there, and this is, you know, people be furious with me, and this is why I feel I need to caveat what I'm about to say. I think it is appalling what P&O Ferries did, the way that they treated their workers, no ifs, buts or maybes. But if I was that boss and they started like that with me, I would have said to them, excuse me, first and foremost, I won't be spoken to in this way. So if you want to conduct a professional conversation with me, I'm open. But if you want to continue like this, I'll get my coat and I'll leave.
Hey, do you know what? Respect to you. I hear where you're coming from, and I think that, you know, that these parliamentary select committees, they have a habit of grandstanding, and there's a lot of performativity goes on. So actually, I agree with you on that. So we're singing from the same hymn sheet. But, you know, I wonder how much of a debate is actually going to happen around this particular issue. Number one, the fella accepts that his company were effectively breaking the law. That's the first thing. Second thing, do you see people who are in trade unions like me and workers, of which there are actually still tens of millions of us? If ever there was a moment you need to stand up and fight and support your fellow workers, this is it. And you know what? See all those people watching. I know some of them are a bit older and remember Mrs. Thatcher and would have loved her. I hope they're sufficiently embarrassed. They're right. That whole idea of PINA, there is no alternative to the market. You do what you have to do. This is what P&O are doing. And so people need to ask themselves, are you really into free market capitalism or not? Because personally, I would be embarrassed if I was a free market capitalist. Now, as for the TUC and Frances O'Grady and her wearing a suit and meeting all the nice people, she needs to get her hands dirty. And if the TUC mean anything, now is the frigging time to get up, organise the workers. Every docker in Britain and across the world shouldn't touch a P&O ship within 1,000,000 miles. Don't touch it with a barge pole. And the bottom line is there is a cost of living crisis coming down the line, which we all know. You were talking about that yesterday in your show. See if the workers and fellow trade unions do not support and back these people 100%. We will rue the day, because I have no doubt that what's coming down the line is workers are going to have to stand up and fight when their paying conditions are attacked and when they're not getting pay rises. And the cost of living and inflation is soaring through the roof. So this is almost like a little easy challenge for the TUC and my fellow workers and trade unions. Not an inch on this one, Michelle.